What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about the match in which Real Madrid lost recently 1-0 against Villarreal. It's a seriously matter now. I think that Real Madrid, we have to do some autocritic. We need to find out what's going on with Los Galácticos. We really need to find out because they're struggling. They're struggling really bad. We're gonna talk about this today. We're gonna talk about the match, and tomorrow or perhaps later on the day I'm thinking of making a video about whether Zidane should be sacked or not. We'll be weighing up the arguments and trying to discuss whether Zidane should be sacked. That video will be coming soon to the channel, so stay tuned for that. And like always, remember to drop us a like and leave us a subscribe. But now let's get right into it. Okay, now let's go. So this match started off very positive manner for Real Madrid. Real Madrid were controlling the match, I would say, for the first half minute. Villarreal were sitting quite deep into their half. They were waiting for counter-attacks. They had players like Daniel Raba through the left and also Samu Castillejo through the right to get on into the steps of Real Madrid whenever they went too high up the pitch. And they actually did that in a very good manner for the first half, but we gotta say that Real Madrid really controlled the first half of this match. Real Madrid had so many shots. They had actually 18 shots in this match, which is quite a lot. 18 is a huge number, and they were really on the verge of making a goal at any time soon throughout the first 45. I gotta say that Real Madrid were really on point today. Their chances were quite smooth, but the problem that really happened is the accuracy at the end, the finishing, the final touch to put the ball into the back of the net. That was the problem, and I don't know exactly whether that could be blamed into the entire team, because some days you may say the ball is just not going in. But if the ball doesn't go in the first day, but the ball doesn't go in the second day, the ball doesn't go in the third day, the ball doesn't go in the fifth day, the ball doesn't go in, you get it, in a month, the ball doesn't go in, then there's a problem. It's not that just luck is influencing that. There might be a catalyst within the team that's making this problem even bigger, and that's something that Real Madrid need to identify right now, and Zidane need to identify that as soon as possible. So Real Madrid really needs to work around and find out why exactly the problem is, because throughout the 45 minutes Real Madrid didn't have the chance. Ronaldo missed so many chances, and it's something though due to their injury, something due to being anxious, being nervous, because Cristiano Ronaldo has never been put into this situation many times often. Real Madrid and Ronaldo, like, they aren't accustomed to just having 4 goals in the entire competition. Their top goal scorer has only 4 goals, and that is Ronaldo. Then it's Isco, and then I think it's Gareth Bale. So they really need to start working around what's going on, why the goals aren't being produced. There needs to be an extra creator. What's going on? The formation maybe working out. Zidane started off this match with a 4-1-2-1-2, something that we've seen Barcelona play recently. But in difference to Barcelona, they have more controlling midfielders. They have someone like Toni Kroos and actually Luka Modric. Barcelona, in this sense, with the formation, they have someone like Andres Iniesta, which is a really vertical-minded player. You could say that Modric is the same type of player, while Toni Kroos likes to control more from the deep line playmaker position, but definitely Iniesta is much better, and those two players at that. I would actually try to implement someone like Isco into that position, maybe drop out someone like Kroos and try to bring Marco Asensio into the hold. I think that could work very nicely into coming forward and creating more chances, allowing for Ronaldo to be quite isolated up top and have the space that he needs to score more goals. This is something that Zidane really needs to start looking into, because if it's not working the first time, you cannot be I don't know what's the word in English. In Spanish is you cannot be terco. Terco is being, trying to do the same thing, like insanity, the definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting it to change. That's insane, basically. And Zidane actually right now, it's being insane, because he's sticking with the same players, sticking with the same formation, sticking with the same tactics, and it's not working, and he needs to change before it gets worse. So I'm going to talk about later in the next 45 minutes. We got Villarreal. Villarreal were a little bit more attacking minded. They wanted to score a goal. They knew that Real Madrid were out there to get. Villarreal were scared, like always. You could say teams at the Bernabeu weren't going to play at. The same with Real Betis. Real Betis played really the first 45 minutes controlling and trying not to be scored at, tried not to concede, and then in the next 45 they went to attack, and that's something that Villarreal replicated in this match very nicely. They had a few chances with Carlos Bacca, a very good shot from him. Unfortunately, it didn't go in, but it would have been an amazing goal. Samu Castillejo had another chance. They got few and less shots than Real Madrid, but they were actually managed to be scored on goal. So I gotta say that Villarreal worked very nice in the second one. The lines were pushed forwards. Rodrigo Hernandez, or Rodri, you could call him. He's the new playmaker. They're very young center midfielders that Villarreal have. Him and Manuel Trigueros were pushed a little bit higher, and then we saw actually this change in formation, trying to push Samu Castillejo even forward, and that allowed for the runs of Carlos Vaca. And then later on, when he came out for Enes Unal used that physicality and that height to try and control and push forward player from the midfield, and that's exactly what happened for the goal in the 87th minute. We saw Daniel Raba running for the left hand side, or I think it was Denis Cheryshev, I don't recall. Then he was running for the left, and then he passed it into Enes Unal. We gotta stress that Enes Unal was offside. It was a clear side, Enes Unal was offside, but we cannot exactly put all the problems on Real Madrid on that call, because Real Madrid should have just closed the game for the first 45 minutes. They should have closed that game in that 45 minutes, and they didn't. So Enes Unal came in, very good save from Keylor Navas, but then was Pablo Fornals up there to score the goal. And that's exactly the problem. Pablo Fornals did an amazing goal, he chipped the keeper, okay, amazing, but where was Modric? Where was Toni Kroos? Where was Casemiro? There were not players enough there to try and cover up for him. Someone like Lucas Vazquez should have been keeping the run off Enes Unal up top, should have been running through the left throughout the left midfielder of Villarreal, who was running to put the crossing. Where was, once again, the midfielders, where were they? They were not up there marking Pablo Fornals, and you really need to start looking into someone like Fornals, because he's someone who runs from deep, and it's just surprising and just mind-boggling why wasn't a player marking Pablo Fornals. That was the problem in that goal. It wasn't that it wasn't offside, it wasn't the cross, it wasn't the defense, it was the midfield. Where were the midfielders at that moment? Real Madrid, you need to sort that out. That's gonna be everything for today, guys. Just like always, remember to drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. Make sure to make this channel a part of your daily routine. I've been your host for the day. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.